Se llama Buenos Días. Goes out the window. Ahorita nos vemos. Hola chicos. Me siento raro, pero muy feliz de estar aquí con ustedes de regreso. I didn't have planned to... Oh. ¿Quieres saludar? Un momento, por favor. Dime hola. I didn't have planned to record this, but it's been on my mind for so long that I need to update you guys. It's been so long since we just had a casual catch up. What? Excuse me. I just thought, you know what, Angela, pick up the camera. I was about to do my nightly reset and it was there on my mind again. And I'm like, just start recording. And so I thought we could just do like a casual vlog style. Maybe I'll show you what I'm listening to, talk about my plans. Things have changed in my daily goal and everything. And by the way, feliz año nuevo a todos ustedes. Espero que todos estén muy bien.
Ya, así las cosas. ¿Qué estás haciendo ahorita?
Acabo de cenar. Es muy mal, la verdad.
Sí, no, hablamos de otra cosa, no te preocupes. Okay. ¿Cómo está Enzo?
Muy bien. De hecho, estaba pensando tal vez en buscar otro gatito, ¿no?
Ajá, para que te acompañen.
Sí, pero no sé. Necesito encontrar la correcta. Vamos a ver.
Pero la verdad, qué gusto me da escucharte siempre. Cada vez te escucho mejor.
You too.
You're doing so great.
I have not talked to him in so long, maybe months, other than just like a text here and there. You know, with the holidays and everything, we've both been super busy. He was one of my very first partners that I did crosstalk with. We were talking all the time, doing crosstalk, and I was only around 400 hours when I first met him, and now I don't know where I'm at, over 1,000 hours, and it's just so special because I remember we used to dream of one day being able to switch languages, like I'd be speaking in Spanish and he'd be speaking in English, and it's just so cool to see how far we've come with the passing of time. He's very serious about learning English. He's actually on his way to an English class, and that's what I really like. Like, we're both actively really trying to learn the language, and so our friendship just worked out so well. Honestly, so cool to see how much my Spanish has improved. Close to 600 hours when I was gonna start speaking. I remember I'd be like trying to say a few words here and there with him, and just remember so much wanting to say a lot more in Spanish, but I was always reverting to English, only a few words in Spanish and then reverting to English. But today he randomly called, I picked up, and I found that I was barely speaking English. And so that was really cool. It was like a night and day difference. Muy buenos días, chicos. It's like 7:30 in the morning. I'm on my way to work, and usually I will put on a podcast or something and I'll listen to it to my way to work, and then when I park in the parking ramp at work, I will get my AirPods in from the parking all the way to my office just to really take advantage of every second. Ok, chicos, voy a empezar mi trabajo y ya tengo casi 30 minutos de input, así que creo que eso está muy bien. Y sí, ahorita nos vemos. Hola chicos, estoy en mi descanso para mi lunch. No sé si se dice así, pero estoy escuchando este podcast. Se llama... Voy a poner... It's called Viene y Va con Danny Schulz. Y este episodio se llama Cómo planificar un año realista. I love her content. She has a podcast and she also has YouTube videos. And I love when I find creators like that because I just have like an endless supply of content when I want to listen to them. And so I always just stay caught up on her content. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for my lunch. I'm back home now. I have a Spanish conversation in about 30 minutes. but I thought we could just catch up. I'm going to try to keep this short. Basically, I did change my daily goal from 5 hours to 3 hours. I have been going really steady with 5 hours for probably 6 months out of the 9 months I've been learning Spanish, which is so crazy. I found there was almost a month straight where I wasn't hitting my daily goal, and then the next day I'd be like, okay, I'm going to try it, but I just wasn't, and there was a lot going on in my life. And then I think also trying to juggle, trying to speak in Spanish as much as possible, trying to navigate reading in Spanish, plus getting the 5 hours, plus a full-time job. And I had stopped going to the gym for a while. So it was just like I was trying to do way too many things all of a sudden. And although I feel like I was really able to do really well for all those months at 5 hours, suddenly something happened and it was like, no more. I had to sit down with myself and decide what I was going to do. And I thought, you know what? It's not a big deal. We're going to make an adjustment and keep it moving. And I did that at the beginning of this year, about, 2 weeks ago, given me the space and the freedom to desire Spanish again and not just always feel like I have to be listening to Spanish, but it's given me desire to, let's try to find someone who I can talk on the phone with in Spanish, or, I want to take a Spanish class. Like, I don't know. It's given me a little breathing room. That's the only way I can explain it. I'm consistently amazed how you're just improving just by getting input, whether you show up and do a little bit that day or you do a lot. If you keep showing up, you improve. And I see improvements in my speaking and everything. And when I feel like I was in a burnout or I wasn't doing well, there'll be moments where I'm like, wow, you literally improved so much in the last month. And it wasn't you trying to do all this amazing things or push yourself to too many limits. It's just showing up every day. Once you get to higher hours, you really don't feel like tracking anymore. I don't feel like tracking. I don't feel like even having like a daily goal or something. I'm gonna still track and all that so I can obviously share with you guys. But yeah, I've definitely felt the tendency to just not be doing it that way anymore, because it just feels so a part of you, a part of your daily life. And I love that. I'm so grateful for that. Like, weird timing because I am going to Mexico very soon, and it just feels like, really, you're gonna do this now? But I just felt like I really needed it. And overall, I'm happy with where I'm at right now. I think I'll be really happy when I go to Mexico with my level, and it'll just continue to improve from there. That's my little update. I always try to make this environment so comfy cozy before my sessions. I don't know why, but I just never want this to feel like school or something, because it's not. But I had a streak where it was just hard to get on sessions, and I've never regretted taking a session. Sometimes just like that motivation and like the low energy, sometimes I just don't want to be talking, Always so glad I did. So
chance de tomar una sesión de grupo, no sé por qué, pero ¿sí? ¿Qué? ¿Cuáles videos? Oh, muchas gracias. Exacto.
it's a little bit later. I just finished my dinner, and I'm gonna clean the house up a little bit while I'm watching my Netflix show. Well, not really watching. I'm basically listening to it. This is the same show I already watched, El Niñero on Netflix. I don't know why it's my comfort show. I've been missing it so much the past month. And I think mostly just my time of just watching something for fun and not productivity stuff. So yeah, I'm doing that. And then I have to get ready for a church event that I have tonight that I'm so excited about. And yeah, so I'll see you in a little bit. Hola chicos, estoy aquí de regreso en casa. I really want to tell you guys something that happened the other day. The other day I went with my mom. We were trying to kill some time, and we were in a very Mexican neighborhood, and so there was a ton of restaurants and bakeries and everything. So we went into a panaderia. My mother, I think I told you guys before that she did this one other time, in Chicago when I was around 600 hours. But she goes in front of the guy that's in there that's obviously can speak Spanish. You guys should speak Spanish. Angela, speak Spanish with him. And suddenly, I don't know anything in Spanish. Barely know hola in that moment. I was so annoyed with her. I need to have a conversation with that woman. With all respect, never do that again. Everything of Spanish that I know goes out the window. It's so weird. But then we went next door to have lunch at this taco place. And I guess I felt like more calm and comfortable, and she wasn't like pressuring me or anything. And I was able to order in Spanish and talk to the lady in Spanish, which was really good and honestly so exciting. I think it was one of my first like conversations in the wild in a really long time. I just realized so much how in the moment you don't even really care if you're making like small mistakes. I feel like we can be so perfectionist, but it's like it doesn't even matter. Just getting your point across and being able to communicate in Spanish is so fun. Like, I don't know what gets into me when I'm speaking in Spanish, but I wanted to keep the conversation going. And I was doing like dumb things to keep the conversation going. For example, I grabbed like a business card for the restaurant because I thought I recognized it. But basically, I grabbed a business card for the restaurant. And I was like, do you guys have another location for this restaurant? Like, talking about where the other location is and stuff. That is so not like my personality, like in English. Just always looking to speak in Spanish with people, even at my work. If I see someone that I think could speak Spanish, I'm like the most helpful person in the world. I'm going out of my way to be like, oh, do you need something? Oh, and by the way, do you speak Spanish? And it's just so fun. I think Mexico is going to blow my mind, literally being around Spanish all around me and being able to hear it and speak it. And I'm so excited. Okay, I have something else I want to talk to you guys about. Did you guys see that video of that girl that Pablo interviewed in Spanish? Like the student who learned Spanish. I love that video. I thought she did amazing. And there was something that she said in the video that just stood out to me, and I was like, I need to talk to you guys about it. It's the fact that she said at one point in the video, she was kind of alluding to the fact that maybe she's not that happy with her level, like she'd want to be better. And in that moment, it was like the key to everything. I'm like, this is so like how it is with us when we're learning Spanish. I remember I would see people in the Reddit and they would always just be like, oh yeah, I can do all this, but I still can't really do this, so I don't know. And I didn't understand it at all. And I'm watching this girl, and I think the interview was so good, and she did amazing. But I'm like, you have no idea how many people are probably watching you and would be died to be at your level. But you don't think, you're like finding things that are bad about your level, you know? And I feel like we've all been guilty of that. The further you go, the more you realize that you have to go. But sometimes I just need to snap out of it and be like, you know what? You're literally doing so well. Remember where we came from and remember how far we've come. Otherwise, we're like blind to it and we're always just looking on like how we're not perfect yet. And yeah, I just think that was so interesting. Let me know if you watch that video. Let me know what you think. I know her story might be a little different. I think she's probably like 4 years into learning Spanish or something, but she seemed very comfortable talking in Spanish and it wasn't like no nerves or anything. I think it's a tricky trap that I don't want to fall into, and I feel like I wanted to just bring that up and see what you guys think. Yeah, because I just could not help but think about all the people and all the DS people that would die to be at her level. Even I was like, wow, she's speaking so confidently and calmly, and there are certain things that she was saying that I was like, yeah, I don't know how to use that. I'm not using that comfortably yet. I don't know for sure, but I think I might end the video here. So I know it was a little random, but I loved catching up with you guys. Do the best of luck wherever you are on your journey. Let me know in the comments how it's going for you. And even if you're not learning Spanish, there's so many people that watch me that are learning other languages, which I just love that so much. Yeah, I hope you guys are well, and I will see you so soon. Thank you so much for being here. Bye!